Hi, my name is Jennifer and I am a STEM ambassador here at Reedley College. I am a marine biology major and I will be demonstrating a popsicle stick catapult along with Peyton today.
Hi, my name is Peyton Mayer and I'm an electrical engineering major and a STEM ambassador here at Reedley College. And like Jennifer said, we're going to take a look at the popsicle stick catapult. We're going to show you how to make it first, then the science behind it, then we're going to show you it in action. Hope you enjoy.
You'll need a bottle cap, rubber bands, popsicle sticks, and a hot glue gun. So what you're going to do is take 2 popsicle sticks and a rubber band, and you're going to wrap the rubber band around the 2 popsicle sticks, making a stack of 2. And once you wrap the rubber band, it should look like this. And then you're going to push the rubber band toward the ends of the popsicle sticks, like so. Once you have your stack of 2, you're going to do the same thing with 7 popsicle sticks and tie your rubber band around each end. You're going to take your stack of 2 and your bottle cap, and then you're going to glue the top of your bottle cap to the opposite end of the popsicle stick where the rubber band is. It should look like this when you're done. When the glue from your bottle cap is dry, you're going to take your stack of 7 and wedge it in between your stack of 2. You're then going to push your stack of 7 in between the stack of 2 to create a larger angle. And now your catapult is finished.
The science behind the catapult can be very inclusive and pretty complex, so I'm going to keep it to 2 basic forms, and those forms are energy and angles. Energy can be broken down into 2 basic ideas, and that is potential and kinetic energy. For example, potential energy is the energy of an object while it's not moving. Kinetic energy is the energy of an object while it is moving. So, say we had an object here at rest, that would be its potential energy. When the ball is launched to the air, that'll be its kinetic energy. Now, if we take a look at this object and we were to launch it, we would have to then pull it back, maximizing its potential energy. And as we release it, that potential energy is converted into kinetic energy, launching the ball through the air. Therefore, they can equal each other. Now, the more we pull this back, this popsicle stick back, the more potential energy or simple energy we are creating. Well, that also increases our velocity. Now, velocity and angles of this catapult work proportionally. For example, say I have this popsicle stick high up in the air like this with an angle like such. The more I pull this popsicle stick back, the more velocity I'm creating. But with the angle of the popsicle stick, the object will only be able to go through a straight line really fast. It won't be able to reach the height that it is possibly going to need or anything else like that. It will only be able to maximize speed and distance. This would be key for baseball pitchers, pitching on a straight line. Another example would be, say I have this popsicle stick lower to the ground, like such. I can maximize as much potential energy as I could, maximizing velocity, but due to the angle being so low, the object will only go super fast up in the air and won't gain any distance. This would be very key for a basketball player close to the hoop, right? If a basketball player had a low angle like such, he would be able to make the shot, unable like the high. If I had this angle here, almost in between both, maximizing this potential energy and its velocity will then increase height and distance and speed. That is very key. So we'll show Jennifer's models and show 3 different kinds of angles. And it is up to you to decide which one will maximize what: speed, distance, height, or all of them.
Now let's take a look at the first catapult. Notice its angle. Do you think this will maximize height, speed and distance, or both? If you said height, you are correct. Notice the popsicle's low angle and how close it is to the ground. Let's see it in action and prove our theory right.
The green catapult has the lowest angle of all of the catapults that we will be using today. The first object that you're going to see being launched is a foil ball, and the next is an eraser.
Let's take a look at the next catapult. Notice its angle. Do you think this will maximize height, speed and distance, or both? If you said speed and distance, you are correct. Notice the high angle and how further away the popsicle stick is away from the ground. Now, let's see it in action.
The red catapult has the highest angle of all three catapults, and just like the last launch, I will be starting with the foil ball and then the eraser.
Now let's take a look at the final catapult. Do you think this catapult will maximize height, speed and distance, or both? If you said both, you were correct. It's roughly in between, but it looks like it could also maximize speed and distance along with height. Let's see it in action and see if we're correct.
The blue catapult has an angle that's in between the red and the green catapults that you just saw. And continuing the pattern, I'm going to be starting with the foil ball and then the eraser.
If you take a look at this photo, you'll notice 3 different colors: green, red, and blue. Green represents the catapult with the popsicle stick lower to the ground. Red represents the catapult with the popsicle stick higher above the ground. And blue represents the catapult with the popsicle stick in between the 2 angles of red and green. Now, if you take a look at the green catapult, you'll notice that the objects launched didn't go very far. And that's because, as we said, the catapult was meant to maximize height. Now, if you take a look at the red catapult, due to the high angle of the popsicle stick, the objects went at a straight line, not being able to maximize the total distance, but maxing the speed of that object. If you take a look at the blue catapult, the launch of the eraser is a good representation of how it maximized both speed and distance and height. If you take a look at the foil that the blue catapult launched, you can see that it was able to maximize both height, speed, and distance all together, making it the best catapult and the best angle to use.